Hi, Stephen here from Sound of an Ocean Wave, coming to do day 28 of the February daily draws. As usual, I'll choose the first card from the Tarot of Dreams deck and the Oracle card from the Oracle of Visions deck. So, hope everyone's well and ready to hear today's message. And of course, it's the last day of the month, February the 28th, and we'll shortly see what reading we get on the final day of the month. It's all been about choices and choosing freedom and not allowing ourselves to be restricted and held into something that's not helping us, and that that cage door of the devil card is open, and we just need to choose to leave, and all about other choices, and so we'll see what we get today. I've decided I'm going to continue with these decks through March, so and then I will swap, will change the decks for April. So anyway, that's for next. That's for the future. Let's do the reading for today. So let's deal the card for you shuffle. But I just wanted to let you know what my plans are. I really like these decks. And I'm starting to really connect with them now, so I thought I'll give them another month. And I do have a couple of decks I could switch to, and I'm holding them off till April. But I've not yet seen any tarot decks that draw my attention just yet. Not strongly enough to go for it. Maybe a couple of Oracle decks that I might be interested in. So watch this space on that, and let's choose today's cards. So here we go. There today, and today's card is upside down for some reason. I don't do reversals, so that just been so I shuffled it. And this is the Queen of Cups. This is someone that for Queen of Cups, she's looking a bit serious, isn't she? But she's fully at home in her element, the water element. She's holding her cup there. She's in touch with her emotions and her intuition. And Queen of Cups to me is very nurturing and empowering with the emotions. She's mastered her emotions, but she's doing it in a caring, she can be gentle. So basically what this card is saying is, I'll have a quick look at the guidebook for the Queen of Cups. It's all about emotion. Her gold dress suggests fish scales, and her headdress is a clamshell. Unlike the page, knight and king, who all maintain some connection to the surface, the Queen lives entirely in the depths, pacing the ocean's floor. Yes, she's fully immersed. as I said. Everyone wants someone like this who's completely non-rational in their thinking and who sees things only in emotional terms. She is attended by dolphins, or as creatures who live both above and below the water's surface are able to relay the Queen's messages to those who live in air. She wears as a pendant the sign of Pisces, a dreamy, watery, non-rational sign. The Queen of Cups indicates a period when an emotional matter has become so entrenched that it takes on a life of its own and must be dealt with on its own terms. Queens of feeling. Cups is a suit of feeling, and thus the Queen of Cups is doubly emotional. While the Knight of Cups is focused on feeling, the Queen is completely immersed on it, and it therefore is somewhat mysterious to the rest of us. Because the Queen inhabits the realms of emotion, she is not thrown off balance by feelings the way most of us are. She calmly takes them in her stride and rides them like currents to help her get to where she wants to go. The Queen suggests that for the moment we forget about rational plans and analysis and instead live with our hearts instead of our heads. The astrology of it is 2/3 Cancer and 1/3 Gemini. The Queen of Cups thinks, that's the Gemini aspect, only in emotional terms, which is Cancer. She's very much guided by emotions. It's more following her heart as well. So maybe stay, instead of trying to analyze and think over, think about things like perhaps we've been tackling our thoughts and making choices, and maybe with some of these choices that we may need to make. Maybe sometimes where there's an emotional connection, we need to be immersed in our emotion and follow our heart and instead of our mind sometimes. So if you've been finding it difficult to rationally work out something, go follow your heart. Be like the Queen of Cups. Be comfortable with dealing with your emotional aspect, and listen to what your emotions are saying, because that's usually telling you something deep within about the situation. So how do you feel about your situation and the choices that you're making? So let's see what oracle card we get today. So our oracle card for today is yeah, she's making herself look a bit like they're not swans. I forget what there's a swan there, and then like the birds there, she's trying to fitting in and going with the flow. I think I've had this once before, a couple of months ago, and I can't remember what the keywords were for this. Let's see. But she's that's right, belonging, acceptance, and assimilation. Yeah, the flamboyantly coiffed female modifies her appearance with a disguise in order to assimilate. The masque transforms her visual persona and her poise and means of posture further confirm her spiritual transformation. She is at one with those she has joined. In our enthusiasm and desire for acceptance, we must be careful to stay true to ourselves, Are we really comfortable with the me we are claiming to be, or is it strained, forced, and immediately unsustainable? And that's something else we've had, isn't it, this month with a similar card. So, this is about being in touch with our emotions and, perhaps seeing what our heart's telling us, what our emotions are telling us. And this card is what we've had before, with the other one with all the mirrors, the lady with the mirrors. We've had a lot about being our true selves and not trying to copy too much, that we may want to fit in and assimilate, integrate, but are we putting on an identity in order to belong and to fit in, instead of being ourselves and fitting in as ourselves? So I think basically these cards, it sums up basically the message of the month. Really, is to just be yourself, be comfortable with what look at what you're feeling, what your heart is yearning for. Make the right choices. Look at the choices, make the choices, choose to be you, to be the authentic you. Choose not to be held in that cage of the devil card, and just make that choice. And learn to be comfortable. If in emotionally, don't be frightened of an emotional situation or reaction, because it's even the emotions that we don't like, because even those tells us something. They're messages to us from deep in our souls. So that's the message for today, and I'll be back tomorrow to do day 1 of the March daily draws. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye bye.